Hi there, I'm Lara, and this is my channel Sewn by Lara. Welcome to all of you who have found your way here. I hope you enjoy your time with me and enjoy seeing the makes that I have to offer. And who knows, maybe we will find some new patterns together along the way. So what I'm wearing, we are into Me Made May, and so my pledge is to wear and post online 2 Me Made garments a week during the month of May. I wear a uniform most days, so Friday is my dress down day. I tend to dress up more, but usually it's Me Made garments that I will be wearing. So today I am wearing a Pattern Emporium Fit and Flare dress, and it's a lovely simple dress, a really great pattern. It's in this camouflage pattern that is like well, as one of the kids at church said, I look like Sherbert. You know, the swirl sherbet. All I need, they said all I was missing was a splash of lime green. So anyways, yeah, I like it. It's such a happy color and very summery, and perfect for this time of year. The fabric is from Fabricland. It's a knit end that I found, and originally I had bought, I think it was a meter of this, and made a t-shirt out of it and liked it so much, the fabric, right? Because every once in a while you don't know when you buy a piece of fabric, like really the quality of it. But I found that this had been printed on a really heavier kind of cotton jersey, and so I went back for more and took all they had, and I had enough to make this dress. But it's soft. It's like wearing a hug, you know, or pajamas. It's just got that kind of texture to it. So I'm very pleased with this outfit to wear, you know, in late spring, early summer. So we finally got some good weather. It's in the 20s right now here on Vancouver Island after having weeks of rain, and yeah, it's been just crazy with the weather, how cold it's been. And going home last weekend, I swear my plants, which were literally just above the earth, now are like halfway up the garden fence. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with them if they get higher than the fence. I'm gonna have to stake them. But anyways, it's a problem for another day. So last week when I was on, last week, the week before, it's been a week, I think, or two since I posted last, I was wearing an orange dress, and I realized that I hadn't posted anything about it. So I thought I would take the opportunity now to post about it. So what I was wearing was the McCall's 7993 pattern. It is a like a collared dress with balloon sleeves down here at the bottom, and then the end of the dress, or the bottom of the dress, kind of comes out like a bell kind of shape and ends at the knees. And it was made out of a fleece material called Manchester fleece, which I gather is a higher quality of fleece. And I bought it at Fabricland in Campbell River, which was going out of business. And you know, this Manchester fleece was like $48 a meter. Normally, I ended up getting it for $50 off, which, you know, still makes it pretty pricey. And I was grateful that my pattern only took, I think it was 2.2 meters. But this dress, oh, is it ever snuggly? And again, the outside of it is like, it's just soft. So when I wore it in the last video, it was one of those really gloomy days, and I was at church. I'd been to church and it was just raining like crazy, and you know, they had turned off the heat in the chapel, so the building was a bit chilly, but I was nice and snugly warm. So that's a really good pattern to make if you've got heavier, more stable knit fabrics. It's a really, really good look to choose. I'll put in some stills that you can see here in the video. So another thing that I made was cashmerette in the month of April, their pattern for their club. And yes, I'm a member of the Cashmerette Club. And I, you know, I got to admit, I haven't made a lot of the patterns, and I really should. You know, being plus size and knowing how well Jenny fits things, I really should be using her patterns a lot more. And I haven't kind of figured out why I haven't used, but I've kind of got it in the back of my head that I need to start using more of her patterns. Actually ended up making two versions of it. The first one is from fabric that I picked up from, from the designer shop in Montreal. I find them online on Instagram, but they have collections of prints that they release every week. There's you know, new lines of fabric, and of course they're really up my alley in that they're bright and they're colorful and happy, and they've got a number of like abstract prints and florals, so that you know, again, makes me very happy. So I got a number of their prints mid-April, and I said, all right, I'm going to make, you know, a few skirts, and I plan to make a few tops. So the first top was the brattle top in this one pattern, and unfortunately I don't have the name of it printed in my notes here. I'll see if I can find that and put it in on the screen here so you can see. But here's a few stills of me wearing it, so you can take a look on how that looks on me. So as you can see in this top, I don't know if this is my favorite top. I will make it again because, again, I like to try patterns at least twice, sometimes 3 times, if to really get the fit of them right, but also to see if I can make them like a favorite. And so there's a few things I need to tweak a little bit. Like I didn't like the they did a facing around the neckline, and I think for me it would have been better just doing like, you know, like something like this shirt is, or this dress has, in a binding, right? Or even, you know, a really narrow facing that's just then turned over and pick stitched down or something like that. That might be a better thing. The other thing I noticed is about where it fits. So what I think is my greatest problem area is at my hip line. That's where I seem to have, you know, the most weight kind of collected is there. And so I felt that this shirt kind of hit there. I know in a lot of the models it showed, you know, it was hitting at people's belt line, but not so much on me, I didn't feel. So the second one that I made it out of a stuffed jersey that I picked up at Fabricland in Courtenay. And this time I traced out the front and I cut it and I dropped it down, I think 3 inches, 3.5 inches, to see if I could make it land a little bit lower where I was a bit more narrower and cover up, that area that I don't love so much on my body. So, one of the things I forgot to do, and I don't know why, because I know this, I forgot to do the same for the back. So again, it's not quite, it matches. I think I was out only 1/4 of an inch, but again, I had to stretch. So I've got some like gathering kind of stuff going on under my arm, but again, a lot of people aren't going to know, and I don't think you guys would know unless, again, in pictures, you got in really close and kind of went, oh, was scrutinizing on purpose, right? So I'll put in some stills for you to see that, and you can take a look. But note to self, what you do to the front, you got to do to the back. So I have made the adjustment on the pattern. So I've got, two front and backs, one drop 3 inches and another standard as the pattern. And if I come back to it, then I've got that already taken care of, and I can just go and start cutting out and sewing. So that's the bridal top. The other thing that I was working on was a skirt. So I mentioned before, I bought a number of pieces of fabric from the designer shop in Montreal, and I took a pattern that I had used before, Butterwick 6913, and this pattern has an off-the-shoulder top, dress, pants, pull-on pants, and a pull-on skirt. And so I made 2 skirts, 2 of the same skirts, and in some ways I'm kind of regretting that now, but at the time I didn't really think that through, but it is what it is. I've got 2 longish kind of skirt that come a little bit above my ankle. The first one is made in a print called A World of Happy. And then the second one is called Modernistic. And again, really like both of those prints. I think The World of Happy is my favorite out of all of the prints. And I could see myself actually ordering a little bit more of that to try it in a wrap dress, because I like abstract prints in a wrap dress, and there is a wrap dress pattern on my Make 9, which at this point, my Make 9 is 0 to 9. So I really got to get on it, because we're in May, right? So I really need to get the show on the road here and get that done. But I'll insert some stills of both of the skirts. You'll see the top that I'm wearing. I think I'm wearing the same top. Again, it's the Besties tee, or it's a Pattern Emporium t-shirt pattern that I just pull out all the time. I need just over 1 meter of fabric, and you have this quick and easy t-shirt. So that's what I'm wearing, because it again picks up some of those colors that's in the skirt. But again, with all the colors that are there, you can really play with with what kind of top you want to wear on top. My plan is that I will wear this with a jean jacket or jean vest and a t-shirt, and that's going to be that. I may end up cutting one of them down a little bit so that it's like mid-calf, and that again gives me a little bit more versatility, but we'll see. I'll play with that a little bit. And so the final thing that I made was I needed some new pillowcases. So when I was in at Fabricland here in Courtney, they have black sheep quilting attached to that, and they carry a whole bunch of fabrics from K Facet to Art Gallery, Bali's, etc., etc. And so, pardon me. So I picked up this print called Whale Song by Jody Bergsma for Northcott. And again, because there's literally whales just outside my window that I get to see surface oh so quietly over the water and then drop down again, I thought it was perfect. It kind of doesn't match the colors in my bedroom, but I'm okay with that. And then I just got some prints that kind of toned in with it, and I've got myself some nice big king size pillowcases, and I will insert some stills of those for you to see after I press them, because I gave them a wash. I had them greatly pressed, and then I decided to wash them the other night. So I'll give them a press, take a picture, and put it in here for you to see. So that's it. That's what I have been sewing, and yeah, not a lot to report. I've been cutting out a lot of stuff, but the actual sitting down and sewing time keeps on getting interrupted a little bit with various things that I've got going on. But I'm hoping to have a weekend here, and I'm just going to put the pedal to the metal and sew all weekend. That's the plan. Let's hope it happens. Anyways, I hope you all have a good week, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, be well, keep and keep sewing. Bye.